have not the opportunity usually to talk. Okay? Do you have this person in your mind?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I will count 3. When I count 3, please go to the place where is this person. When I count 3. Okay. You're ready, right? What can happen when you go to the place where is this person? What can happen? Okay, this person can go to another place looking for another person, please. If that happens, if when you arrive, this person is already with another person, please select plan B. Yeah? What we will do is, we will have a conversation. If you will have this conversation at the end with your plan B, don't tell him or her that it's your plan B. It's not necessary. Okay? But the important thing is that you ensure that you are with one person to talk a little bit at the beginning of this session. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, please. If you can hear me, please clap once. If you can hear me, please clap twice. Okay, please ask to this person, what do you understand as duty? What is a duty in your perspective, in your own words? What is a duty? But no, please wait. This is the question that you will respond with your partner. On this first conversation, I will ask you for ensure that the first person that talks, who will lead the conversation, is the person with more experience as JCI member. Okay? The person with more experience as JCI member, if member, is the person that will lead the conversation. And ask him first, okay, and the other person, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Okay. Now, please take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. yourself, ask for yourself first in your mind, if you have the opportunity to present a duty to the entire country, to propose a duty to the entire population in your country, what duty is in your mind that you think is, oh, I really believe that each single citizen of Lebanon should assume this duty, this responsibility? Do you have one duty in your mind?
Yes.
Yes? One, only one. You have it? Okay, at the count of 3, please start talking about it with your partner. On this occasion, I will ask you for ensure that the person that started the conversation is the person, the younger person. The younger person. The younger, right? At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
أنا سيارة بيضاء صفر الواجب الأول. منى. Thank you, منى.
I heard that they are in
Okay, please say thank you to your partner and return to your seat. Please say thank you to your partner and return to your seat. Okay, first question. Who remember what was the first question? Okay, what was the question? Okay, what is a duty? How do you understand the concept of duty? Who wants responsibility? The duty as a responsibility. I think that there is a difference, and a difference is not a big difference. But for example, a lot of people ask me why we are talking about duties and not responsibilities. Maybe it's easier a little bit to talk about responsibilities. Because for example, if you assume a leadership position, immediately you assume some responsibilities. But the difference between the concept of duties and responsibilities is, yes, duties definitely are responsibilities. But duties means that you know inside yourself something told you that it's your duty to assume this responsibility. It's not only, okay, you have this formal responsibility. I know inside of me that I need to assume this responsibility, this sense of duty. What other concept you mentioned about duty when you talk to your partner? Please.
We have to do something.
Okay, we have to do something. Yes, this sense of I need to move, I need to do some action. Yeah.
And your part and a common goal.
I'm sorry?
Do your part and a common goal.
Okay, do your part in a common goal. Great, great. Who else?
Work to accomplish or achieve.
I'm sorry?
Any work to accomplish or achieve.
Okay. Yes, anyway, to accomplish or to achieve something, and you mentioned commitment? You mentioned commitment, yeah? To be fulfilled. Great. I like it.
Doing something for a good outcome.
Doing something?
For a good outcome.
Yes, for a good outcome. Yes. Great. Your mission. Awesome. I like it. I like it because it's very nice that here the concept of duty looks easy, but the real life is that outside the JCI, talking about duties is not too sexy. It's not a good word. It's not a word that is in the mindset of young people. Because we learn about liberty, for example, during decades. And we are part of this generation that can say, I'm here because I want to be here. It's not because it's my duty. I want to be here. Because I do whatever I want to do. But there are some things that I don't know if you want to do, but you should do. But it's not easy, especially our generations, right? Okay, awesome. For all the participants, when I say one, it's one clap at the same time. One. Good. Second question. Who remember what was the second question? Exactly. If you have the power to define a duty and to propose this duty to the entire population of Lebanon, what duty did you propose? We can do the exercise here because we have a great representation of Lebanese citizens here. Please.
Stop polluting.
Stop polluting as a duty. It makes sense? Okay.
Empathize with each other.
Please.
Empathize with each other.
Great. It makes sense?
We have to spread peace and love because it's the greatest foundation to get with anything.
Okay, express peace and love. But we always are waiting for peace in terms of the decisions, policies, and relation with governments. But the same people that is waiting for peace in terms of the relation with countries have now the possibility to talk with their neighbor on the elevator. Great.
Flexible mindset to listen and understand.
Great. It makes sense? Thank you. Please.
Be a good citizen by sharing your skills and your knowledge with your community.
Oh, share your skills as a duty. Okay, you have the opportunity to develop your skills. You are proposing as a duty that if you have this opportunity, you should share that. Okay.
Respect other human beings.
Respect other human beings as a duty.
Invest in yourself.
Oh, like invest in yourself. The duty to invest in yourself to be better.
So in that way, you will be a better
Great. Great. Awesome. I like it. Thank you.
I would say every citizen should have a duty to work a social work like weekly volunteering to promote.
Okay. That is awesome. Can you imagine that each single citizen assumed the duty to participate in a volunteer organization or in any project to serve others?
Just volunteer to promote communication. To promote communication in the community.
Oh. It's a great example. It makes sense? Any other duty that you can take advantage of this moment to propose?
To work on finding the true self.
To work?
On finding the true self.
All of you are listening?
No.
Please, this is very interesting. Please.
To work on finding the true self.
It makes sense? Great. Do you have another one?
to talk to their neighbors.
To talk with your neighbors. Okay. Understanding that they are part of the same community. Okay. For all the participants, one, two, one. Well, in this organization, we are talking this year about duties. This year, the presidential motto is leading is our duty. We are telling the world that nowadays, assume leadership positions is a duty if you have the opportunity to develop your skills. But understanding leadership as a personal and individual process at the beginning. We are not talking only about leadership positions. We are talking about leading yourself as the main duty that we all should assume. If you agree with this paragraph that said the world needs effective global leaders who can navigate a future that is complex and ever-changing, at the count of three, please clap twice with one yes. If you are completely agree, it will be something as yes. If you are more or less agree, okay? At the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. This next. We believe that we in JCI understand this concept of duties very well. And several other organizations. A lot of people is working for a better future. But the facts shows that it is not enough. When we review the 2030 agenda, when we review the indicators, when we, in terms of climate change, in terms of social issues, it looks as it is not enough. And we are facing a moment, a specific moment in our life of the life of the entire humanity, in which the duties can be the change. But that's why we are telling the world that it's the duty time. But what it means? It means that we need to understand what is happening around the world. And we have these 17 SDGs, you all know it, and we are working around it. Several organizations, all the ecosystem of the United Nations is working around it. But the real fact is that when we ask this question, the experts present a reality that I would like to show you. But first I would like to ask you, you cannot, maybe we are not experts, but we can have some idea. Do you know how much time we have left? I'm not talking about this session, I'm talking about humanity. Ideas. 2050. Okay?
We are in the middle of the half ice age.
Huh?
We're in the middle of the half ice age, so we don't know that long.
But any more or less? 2050? Okay.
I think we would have time as much as we work to have more time. So the more action we take to get more time, we will have more time.
Yes, it makes sense, but considering what we are doing and our actions nowadays, more or less
50 years.
50 years. Someone have any other idea? Okay, I will show you some facts. According to some optimists, researchers that work around it, at the rate at which we are going, the prognosis for the planet's life no longer reach 30% of its total useful life. It is about 1,750 million years more. How it sounds? Sounds good, right? Okay, we can relax. Yes, it sounds nice. I will not be there. And maybe my children will not be there, or the children, or our children will not be there, right? It sounds good. But, for example, according the famous British physician Stephen Hawking, for sure you listen some information from him, we don't even have 100 years in our future anymore. How it sounds now? Bad? Scared? Stressful? Nice. That's why we start the day with mindfulness. Because in 100 years, maybe we will not be there, but people that we love can be there, right? If it is true, it means that we are living the last 0.0000002 of the useful life of the earth. How it sounds? Very, very, very bad, right? And the question is if we can do something. If this is the direction that the planet is living in the real life nowadays. Can we do something?
Yes. We have to try.
We have to try, we can?
Adapt to the situation and be the change.
Okay, be the change. But we have 107 years in JCI training people to do the change. and it looks as it is not enough.
Take action.
Take actions,
Work collectively.
work collectively.
Take awareness.
Great.
Starting with ourselves and small actions we take to have a ripple effect.
Starting with ourselves, definitely.
Make it our duty to do something.
Assuming our duty to do something. Okay. I would like to mention in this context, it's very, very, very clear that a JCI member will respond, yes, we can do, definitely we can do something. We are here because we are assuming it's to be better, to improve our skills, to do something. This is the JCI mindset. But outside JCI, and definitely we need more people with these values, but the question is JCI represent the reality of the entire humanity? I have just, and during this session, I will share some facts, information, visions, but also some questions to put on the table. But when we talk about this situation, in an open conversation, not only with JCI mindset, always is a human phenomenon that when we are in front of a crisis, of a challenge, of a problem, our mind needs to find a responsible. Right? And in JCI, we always say, okay, I'm responsible of that. I will assume my responsibility and I will do something. But there are other perspectives that I will share with you. For example, there are a researcher, a teacher, a leader of the University of Columbia in the United States that is called David Rothkopf, that published this book that in English is as the elite. The club, it is in Spanish, the club of selected people. In this book, that is not only a book with his ideas, it's the result of our research. This teacher worked during several years in the State Department of the United States, was very close to the global power. And he said that they are 7,000 people that define the direction of the planet. He said there is a list, a clear list, of people whose thoughts, signs, define the direction of the planet. He explained from which areas or markets they arrive to this list. For example, on this list are people that arrive to the list because they are presidents of countries. In this case, some leaders arrive because they are elected or whatever, but they are there on the position, and they leave the list when they are not anymore on the power. But other of them find a way to maintain their names on the list. They are not anymore on the power, but they maintain their names on the list. It's the case, for example, of Bill Clinton of the United States. He's not anymore the president. He arrived to the list because he's the president, but he's not anymore the president. But where is his wife, for example? He's on the list of people that define. Also, people from culture, artists are on the list. Also, leaders of companies, CEOs of companies that nowadays have bigger budgets than entire countries. Also, people from terrorism are on the list. Leaders that define the future of our country. And he said exactly they are 7,000 in a world of 7 billion. It means literally 1 in a million. If it is true, what can we do? If it is true that there are at least 7,000 people that is who define the future, what can we do?
What with the other remaining 6 billion?
So.
work with the other, work with the rest, not the 17,000. Working with other people to fight for our rights, because number matters.
Okay. To try to change this system. Okay. Okay. Who else? What can we do?
Influential people are maybe the only ways to get people to do something, to try to put the balance from bad influential people to good influential people and make those 7,000 more good people.
Okay, try to influence on that people.
Kind of set the leaders of the world to be more good people than bad.
So create better leaders.
Okay, create better leaders. Okay. What else? What can we do?
Educate ourselves to elect better people.
Educate yourself to elect other people. But these people that is in the list of 7,000, not necessarily is elect. It's the people that have the power, that have the money, that have the resources, and in some cases are elected. Huh?
Or to be on the list.
What?
Try to be on the list.
Alexander. She said, okay, now that it is not easy, but try to be on the list. Huh?
Elect someone who we believe that he's going to be a good change.
And put him on the list.
Working someone on the list or try to be on the list. I really think that this is the best answer. When we talk about leading is our duty, we are telling that if we have or we think that we have the right vision around the planet or around the future, we should work to be on the list of people that influence the future. That means leading is our duty. Especially if we think that we have the values that the planet needs, you should ensure that you or someone of your team will be there. But if you think yes, but it is not easy, it is very difficult. Because, for example, this teacher David Rogoff mentioned the social economy characteristics of these people. He knows in which part of the planet, in which moment of the year, there are more quantity of private jets of these people. If maybe we think that nowadays we are not ready to be on that list, how about to be on the list of 7,000 people that lead Lebanon? It sounds better? It's possible. 7,000 people. Can we create one of these people? Or can we lead one of these people? Or can we be part of the list of 700 people that lead Beirut?
Yes, we can.
Or can we be part of the 7 leaders that are part of the local board of JCI?
We can be the leaders for those 7,000.
Yes. But in any case, what I would like to put on the table is that we have the duty to assume leadership positions because there are people that are influencing in another way with more resources, in a more efficient way, I can say. That's why we need to work for leadership. It makes sense for you.
Yes.
Maybe we will say, okay, and I want not to be there on the list, but I will support someone to go up to the list. But in any case, we should ensure that good people, as you mentioned, be part of the list. We have this responsibility in this area. When we talk about create and develop leaders, we're talking about that. About ensure that our people, with our vision, with our values, arrive to this list. If you are agreed with that reflection, at the count of 3, you know what we will do. 2 claps and 1 yes. This yes should show how agreed are you with that perspective. 1, 2, 3. We are not completely convinced. 1, 2, 3. Okay. But in some moment of our history, humanity realized that we are not going on the right direction. And specifically, December 10, 1948, after the Second Global War, we as humanity established the famous Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That is absolutely relevant, definitely. That provide us the mindset to understand the importance of protect human life, the importance of the dignity of human being. But it looks that it is not enough also as a change that was a milestone in our history. Since this moment, we start pushing people, generations, entire generations, for understanding their rights, our rights, and that is awesome. It's absolutely relevant, but it is not enough. Why it is not enough? Because the rights always are in third hands. It's easy to talk about rights and be a human rights defender. If I can say easy, definitely in our context, absolutely difficult. But what I would like to say is, rights are always in third hands. Citizens ask for the rights to their governors. Employees ask for respecting the rights of their bosses. Children nowadays ask for respecting the rights to their parents. And that is awesome, but who of them understand in the same way their duties? In the Declaration, in the Article 29, the duties are included in an argumentation. The Universal Declaration of Human Duties have 30 articles. In Article 29, the concept of duties is included. Who can help me reading this article? Please.
Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. In the exercise of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others, and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in a democratic society. These rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations.
Great. Everyone has duties to the community, the exercise of rights and freedom. Everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by law, solely to the purpose of security and due recognition and respect for the rights and freedom of others, of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare and democratic society. We always talk about rights, and also we talk about Universal Declaration of Human Rights, but not always we read advice included on this document. That at the end is only a document, but a document that start and that establish the base for a lot of foundations, projects that nowadays are happening around the world. Indira Gandhi, in one speech, said one day, people tend to forget their duties, but remember their rights. Are you aligned with that? Yes. If I allow me to improve a little bit, with all the respect to this amazing leader, Indira Gandhi, I can say, we all, because we are people, we all tend to forget our duties. But remember our rights. Talk about duties have this difficulty. When you talk about rights, you're talking about other people that are respecting or not. But talking about duties is talking about you. It's understand that we all, as JCI members, as citizens, remember very easy our rights, but forget in an easy way also our duties. That's why we have a vision that we are presenting to JCI. And this vision now is JCI presenting it to the entire planet. We would like to ensure that next generations complete this cycle that we started in December 1948 when we established the Council of Human Rights, understanding that we need to balance this concept. But only people that feel one emotion that I will mention is allowed to feel and experience the sense of beauty. I really think that there are a kind of button that if you press this button, you activate the sense of beauty. And this button is the gratitude. I think that only people that experience gratitude can experience the sense of beauty. For example, I would like to ask you, who of you think that you have something for say thank you to JCI? Okay, for example, what reason do you have to say thank you to JCI?
For your public relations.
Great. Congratulations.
I would like to thank JCI for giving me the opportunity not once but twice to be able to give my services and to help around and the exposure, of course.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well,
I'd like to thank JCI for getting me in contact with such supportive people with a positive vision for the future.
great. Who else?
For believing in my abilities and giving me training to better them.
Awesome.
For not letting me give up what I want to do.
Thanks for sharing.
For giving me the space to experience, experiment, and to get to know myself and other people who are like-minded.
Thanks very much for sharing.
I want to thank JCI for believing in me and giving me the chance to implement my potentials.
For giving me the opportunity to serve humanity.
Thank you.
To help me exit my comfort zone.
Great. How it works is if we have clear, very clear, the list of things that are reasons to say thank you to someone or to an organization, in this case, only these people will feel the sense of duty to support. I need to be there at the National Convention. I'm very tired, but I need to be there and on time. Or I have a lot of things to do, but I have the duty to support the National President. Because I'm very grateful because the opportunities that she provided me. Only people that is clear in terms that all what we achieve is part of a process, and always there are people and organizations that are supporting us, is people that can experience the sense of beauty. If you agree with that, at the count of three, you know what we will do. I think that you know, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Yes, show the Lebanese energy, and there is people in Facebook Live that needs to receive your energy. In that sense, I would like to ask you, in your mind, and especially since yesterday, we are talking a lot about crisis, about the challenges, about the context in which we are living. But I would like to highlight, and I would like to ensure that you take some moments on this session to ask yourself if you have some reasons, maybe 1, 2, 3, 10, I don't know. If you have some reasons to say Thank you, Lebanon. Please put that in your mind. If you have some reasons to say thank you, Lebanon. In your mind, first in your mind. Why I would like to say thank you, Lebanon? If you have reasons. But I will do it in another way. We will do it in another way. Please stand up again. And please find your partner, the same partner that you with whom you talked at the beginning. If it's not here, you can find another one, but please find a partner. Okay. Everyone have a person? Welcome. Omar, can you support me talking with? Yes, Omar is here first. No, it's fine. Okay. One of you should be A. One of you should be A. Okay. Which birthday?
Yes.
No.
I'll go back.
Okay. A. Who are A? Who are B? 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 Don't worry. Okay, A. B. Okay, this exercise will start with A talking. And what will happen is what I mentioned. Please first take a deep breath. Not with your chest, you know. Okay. And please put yourself in front of your partner. Do you have yours? No. Okay. Omar. The comodine Omar. Okay. Please be in front of your partner. Who is in front of you now? Is not the person that is in front of you now. This person that is in front of you now is Lebanon. Represent the entire population of Lebanon. Please ensure that you have the face and the body of Lebanon. Please take another deep breath. And I will invite you to tell to this person that is representing this specific exercise your country. I will invite you to tell him or her, thank you, Lebanon, because I would like to say you thank you. I will like to invite you to start this conversation understanding that the person that you have in front of you is Lebanon. The conversation should not be on that way. Should not be, I would like to, if I have the opportunity to talk with Lebanon, no, Lebanon is in front of you. Tell him or her, thank you, Lebanon, because that. I would like to say you thank you because that. Okay? At the count of 3, this conversation starts. 1, 2, 3.
Selfish. Thank you for making me cry, Lebanon. Making me cry. Cry.
Ready?
You made me cry.
Okay. Okay, please close the conversation and return to your seat. Please return to your seat. Okay. How was the exercise? Good. Interesting. I would like to open the program just a small moment for listening to you, the highlights of reasons to say thank you. Maybe the reason that impact you when you listen from the other person. Who wants to share? Please.
Thank you for the beautiful weather, thank you for the sound, thank you for the nature, green spaces, for to swim in the summer, to ski in the winter.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for the thank you for the people who are caring and who like their countries to they want to give more and more.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Who else? Please.
Thank you for our beautiful culture and our strong family life.
Great. Thank you for sharing it. Please, yes.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I found it hard exercise because I'm a bit angry about Lebanon.
Yeah.
Because it's not being supporting us in what we're doing. We're fighting for ourselves, but Lebanon is not fighting for us. But I say thank you for the joy that people have. Thank you for the communication of the Lebanese people, for our nation, for every single person that gives you a smile in our country. I say it's a bit hard. I wanted to hit her because she was Lebanon, but it's hard to be this in this peaceful
And talk
completely with someone you're a lot angry on. So
yes. But she did say
Thank
a lot
you
of
for sharing.
things.
Thank you for sharing. Who else? Yeah.
I would say thank you for the struggle and for the challenges and for the obstacles, because it's really making us better persons, because I don't believe anyone who's living in this country with the challenges that we are facing from a lot of years, not from the last 3 or 4 years, they are making us better people, because it's like a boot camp where you can face every challenge in the world, thus you can face it anytime later in your life.
The power to develop the competence to be resilient. Anyone else?
Yes, I also thought about
a lot of financial and economic issues, especially in these past years. So it helped me notice what privilege is and where I lacked it and where I actually have it and how I can exist with people that are like me or not like me.
Thank you for sharing.
I'd like to say about what Ruba said, that
The poor systems and the fertile soil and opportunity everywhere that we get to see.
have a lot of opportunities.
Great. Well, I'm sorry because I'm telling in several moments of this session it is not enough. But to be grateful, it's not enough. Especially in challenging times. It's not enough to say, I'm very thankful, thank you. And they say, thank you, Lebanon, thank you, family. It's not enough, especially in challenging times. Also, the gratitude have a next level. That is the level that we should activate, especially in challenging times. This is the perspective that I would like to put on the table to check if you are agree with that also. I think that the next level of gratitude is the retribution. It's the action that moves you because you have felt this gratitude to say, what can I do to show my gratitude? What can I do to retribute to my country what I received, all these amazing things that you are listening, that you are mentioning? It's not enough to maintain in your heart, that is important, the gratitude with JCI. I'm very grateful because he said. No, if you are very, very, very grateful, if JCI is facing amazing challenges, you should ask you, what can I do to show that I'm grateful? And this is retribution. It's the next level of gratitude. When this gratitude moves you to do something. It makes sense for you?
Like what?
Please?
Like what? What should we do for gratitude?
What can we do?
No. You said we have to take an action.
Yeah.
Like what action?
What action?
Yeah.
So being here on the National Convention of JCI for providing more opportunities for more people in times in which a lot of people are not investing or are thinking that Lebanon have not great reasons to be better. In moments in which a lot of people is thinking that the future is outside. But you are investing here time, energy, resources to show more people that here you can do something. For me, this is a way. Just for me, it's not because I'm selling JCI because I'm JCI President. I really believe that JCI is a way to show gratitude, to retribute. Does it make sense? But each single person can find their ways. Yesterday we were listening some talented people from martial arts. For example, if they fulfill that these are their missions and they are representing the country, this can be a way to retribute. But especially in challenging times, I think that it's very relevant to ask us how I will show that I feel this gratitude. And it happens also in families, with people. How can we retribute what you did for me? And I really think that we need more people that assume social responsibility. We are putting on the table one way to respond to this question, as JCI. If we are people that understand the sense of gratitude, but also we understand the big challenges that we're facing, we should create something to retribute. And one way that we're putting on the table is to presenting a proposal with, I really believe we can start a new hidden history of humanity. It sounds absolutely ambitious, but we are ambitious people. I really think that with this proposal and with this conversation that we are starting around the world, we can start a new hidden history of humanity. The era in which human beings finally assume their responsibilities. In a world that always are talking about rights, we are putting on the global agenda of United Nations the needs to approve a universal declaration of human duties. As we have a universal declaration of human rights. that balance the mindset of human beings. For understanding that yes, we have the right to enjoy a lot of resources of this planet, but we have the duty to take care of it also. We teach several generations how to understand their rights, but it is not enough. The facts show us that it is not enough. That's why we are presenting this proposal that I will show you in a very summarized version. That is the result of a research that I personally did during previous years, because it's not the first time that we talk about duties. There are some documents that are part of results of head of states in different areas of the planet. There is a Nobel Prize of Literature from Portugal, Carlos Saramago, that in his speech in Stockholm when he received the Nobel Prize, is mentioned the needs to establish a framework of duties. And studying previous documents, studying our statements on JCI, studying the Human Rights Universal Declaration, we create a proposal that was reviewed by not all national presidents around the world of JCI, by the board of directors, by the executive committee, and by other stakeholders of our organizations, of our international organizations, Ban Ki-moon Center. The result is a document that includes 7 duties. 7 duties that we think JCI will put on the global agenda. Would you like to see these 7 duties?
Yes.
Okay, first one. Next, please. Who can help me reading the first one? Please.
Deserve life. Protect human dignity. Care for yourself, others, and the community to the best of your ability. Promote long-term peace, inclusion, and prosperity for all.
In the duty of preserve life as a concept, this is the summarized version as a concept. When we talk about preserve life, we are talking about take care of yourself as a duty. For example, we all know globally that we have the right to have access to health system. Good, yes, you have the right to have access to vaccination, for example. But you have the duty to take care of yourself and to take care of others. Also, is in preserve life, long-term peace. As your duty, you have the duty to create long-term peace in your building, in your office, in JCI. But in JCI it happened, especially in times in JCI, in a protected area with amazing and beautiful values, there are people that are not assuming the duty to create peace, and that is creating conflict. That is part of we are human, right? But we need to understand that we are responsible of that. We cannot wait for peace in countries, and we are not allowed to talk with people that think in a different way. Preserve life is the first duty that is presented and proposed on this declaration. What do you think about it? Does it make sense? Yes? At the count of 3, but please remember that people from around the world is in the Facebook Live. You should show them. Okay? At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes! Next one. Who can help me reading? Please.
Serve humanity. Respect, care for, and honor every individual. Contributing to a safe and fair community.
Is the duty to, some of you mentioned it at the beginning of the session. Can you imagine that each single human being assumes the duty to participate in a voluntary organization and in a project to serve others? In these duties include especially the serve children and others as part of this duty, is to identify in each single life one way to serve others. Participating in a project, supporting a foundation, but the duty that we all have to serve others. It makes sense for you at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Next one. Sustain for the future. Who can help me read it? Please.
Protect the physical environment and preserve ecosystems.
Choose sustainable practices that lay foundations for future generations.
Sustain for the future is not talk about the policies and how we manage the resources on the country. We are talking about the duty that we all have for understanding what can we do in our personal life to be sustainable. How manage the resources, how manage the water, how manage... We're not talking about policies, we're talking about your policies in your home. But we need to learn about it. A lot of people is talking about sustainability, and a lot of people never study their own life and how they can decrease the carbon footprint, for example. We are talking about that each single human being assumes the duty to be sustainable, to understand how and to assume sustainable practices. It makes sense for you? At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Great. Also, in Sustain for the Future, it said physical environment. And we are not talking only about the ecosystem. We are talking about this building. This building will be better because JCI was here during the weekend. Or how we will leave this building. In order or not? How will leave the restrooms? This is the real life. It's assumed the duty to ensure if I live here, if I pass on that way, it is better because I was there or not? This is the duty. Please, next one. 4. Who can help me reading? Please.
Preserve, protect, and encourage the freedom to pursue enterprise. Uphold your own individual and communal responsibility to add value to the community and society, economy and
Pursue prosperity is understand that we are part of a community and that we should add value in some way, but we should add value. In our countries, for example, you know that I'm from Venezuela, we have a lot of resources. And in our mindset is that because we have a lot of resources, we are a rich. It says when you are a rich family, you receive a lot of money from your predecessors, but you can lose this money very easy if you are not aware that you need to add value, right? It's not only that I'm rich. Pursue prosperity is that each single person in this country understand that they should add value. There are people that said, I have the right to receive that because my country can provide it, because my country have those resources. And we can just use it and use it and use it, but in one moment, we will not have more of these resources. Pursue prosperity is understand that we need to add value and that we need to protect the economy. If it makes sense for you, pursue prosperity, that is very well aligned also with one of our principles on the JCI principles. At the count of 3, we will show. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Next, 5th. Who can have a reading? You also mentioned this one. Who can have a reading? Please.
Respect the human personality.
cherish the diverse options of your fellow leaders. Respect elements of all cultures, including heritage, language,
and diversity in all forms.
In respect human personality, it's clear. It's the duty that we all have to respect each single human being, but also respect the cultural results of this diversity. In terms of heritage, the duty that we all have to protect heritage. Yes, you have the duty to enjoy, to visit as tourists, but you have the duty to protect it, to ensure that because you visited, it's better. Especially in your lands, for example. That if I really believe in universal declarations as that one, I really believe that your heritage are also my heritage because are universal. I need to protect. It's my duty to protect your heritage. But also language and diversity in all forms. Can you look around again to this room? Can you look the faces of your colleagues here in this room? Maybe some of you are thinking, again? 2 days looking the same person here. But I would like to mention one fact that will sound maybe romantic, but it's one fact. It is a fact that this person that is with you on this seat, in your left or in your right, is one person that millions and millions and millions of people that live in other moments, generations, and years never had the opportunity to meet him or her. And there will be millions and millions and millions and millions of people that never will have the opportunity to meet that person. It is a fact. It is a fact that in JCI we recognize the treasure of human personality. It is a fact that we all need to understand that each single person is different, and that is amazing. It's a result of a different receipt. In that sense, respect human personality is key. Respect different opinions and respect cultural heritage, language, and all manifestation of different cultures. If it makes sense for you, at the count of 3, you know what we will do. 1, 2, 3. Yes. 6. Who can handle reading? Some of you also mentioned that in different ways. Who can handle reading? Please.
Educate yourself and teach others. Promote access to equitable education and equal opportunity. Appreciate, develop, and explore human talent and entrepreneurial spirit. Use and enhance skills, knowledge, and talent to uplift others.
This is the duty to be better. Globally, all people talk about the right to have access to quality education, and that is amazing. But if you have the access to quality education, you have the duty to study. And you have the duty to serve, because you receive the possibility to study. For example, I'm a journalist because my country paid for my university during 5 years. In a very good university, I never paid. It not means that it was free, but nothing is free. Someone paid for that. My country paid for that. If I have the right and I have access to quality education, I have the duty to study, to be better. And if I have access to this knowledge, we are proposing as a duty, sharing this knowledge. The duty to educate yourself, to be better, in official or unofficial, or an academic structure, or outside the academic structure, with the duty to teach yourself to be better and teach others. Does it make sense for you? Yes. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. And finally, lead responsibly. Who can handle reading? Please.
Lead responsibly. Responsibly exercise and protect individual freedom of expression. Protect the interests of both the majority and minority. Create an environment of mutual respect. Know, respect, and promote human rights.
Lead responsible is assume leadership positions, but it's not only about to learn how to be a leader and influence people. It's lead responsible. For example, one specific topic, freedom of expression. We all know this concept, and we all support freedom of expression, right? Yes. But you know, I just mentioned that I'm a journalist, and my dream during my university period was to create my own newspaper. It was my dream to create my own newspaper to post, to publish good news that usually are not part of. But what I was not thinking, that I was not aware about it, is that nowadays each of us have our own mass media. Each of us has our own newspaper in the digital life. Each single social account is a mass media. But there are people that are using that responsibly. But there are people that are not using this power responsibly. Yes, I have the right to say whatever I want to say, but you have the duty to take care about it. Because your message is influencing other people. 5, 10,000 or 1 million. But it's to use this power responsibly. It's not only about the liberty, it's about the duty that we have to take care about it if we are responsible leaders. At the count of 3, you are with me on that. 1, 2, 3. Yes. These are the summarized version of the 7 duties that we are proposing to the planet. What do you think about it? It makes sense, all of them, or not? Do you think that is relevant or not? You want to be part of that. We recently approved this declaration on our General Assembly in Hong Kong. It's officially, nowadays it's officially a document, a JCI document. This same day, it was not prepared that way, but this same day, United Nations Foundation sent the proposal to all the database through their newsletter as a JCI proposal. Yes, it was very meaningful for us. And yes, our invitation is to be part of. Also, we'd like to mention, I don't know if all of you follow the General Assembly, but in the chapter 2 of our Constitution that defines the philosophy in which we have the concept of world peace and human rights, we include now the concept of human duties. And we would like to be the organization that starts this global conversation. And at the end, the invitation is to be part of that. to be part of this milestone of the history of humanity. I really think that JCI can be this organization that creates this milestone. But we need that all of us support it, that all of us share it. And for that, there is a link. You can scan this link, this QR code, or if not, we can circulate it. Okay. Some of you just already received this link. There is a page that is called change.org, in which we have the initiative, and we are recollecting signs. Now we have around 1,500 in some days signs from different people, not only JCI members. And the idea with that is use that for sharing the document, but also receive more support. We are working very hard for ensure that the most important stakeholders of this organization is there, as United Nations that I already mentioned. And next year, the JCI President also appointed a new, Human Duties Committee for working on that proposal. Are you ready to support the Human Duties Universal Declaration?
Yes.
Yes? Yes. I would like to say thank you for this opportunity of sharing this vision. I'm absolutely proud and happy because the results of all this procedure that your national president knew since the beginning of the year, and that provide us this result. But I would like to invite you first of all to, as we learned at the beginning of this morning, it is this movement. Yes. To move your body, to be aware of your position there. And to assume a position as you will listen a kind of secret. The truth is that this initiative, this idea, a lot of people ask me about this idea, was born in a context of conflict. The concept of duties on my mind arrived in Venezuela. One country that during last years said goodbye to 7 million people that understand that there are not opportunities. Because some facts, because inflation, did you listen something about inflation? Do you know this concept? Because prices with the electricity? Because access to your money and US dollars and foreign currency? Because access to basic things as passports? In this context, several people just leave the country. And several people, when talk about the country, understand that the country is government, is institutions. A lot of Venezuelan people said in different, I'm not saying nowadays, my country is not supporting me. My country is not providing me the opportunities. But the question is, what do you understand by your country? What is your country? The situation represents in the real life the power of your country? The leaders that we have represent necessarily what is your country? The crisis represent what is your country? On my case, I really think that not. The economic crisis, the energetic crisis, the corruption, all the medicine problems that we have in my country, not represent. Definitely not. Talent represent my country. Resilience represent my country. Richness represent my country. Culture represent my country. But not people is ready to assume the duty to say thank you to your country and retribute their country in challenging times. On this environment, this proposal was born. Was born in the pain of sick people that should be there assuming their duties, but it's not ready to assume their duty. And I'm not talking about the people that decide to go outside the country, because we need ambassadors outside the country, especially in these times, that show the other face, the real face of the country. Because in journalism, the mass media always is showing one face. But this face, I really think that not represented. I know it's not representing my family. I know the things that make me absolutely proud to be Venezuelan or to be Lebanese. What I would like to say is, because especially in these lands, I feel very connected with that, is that this is the moment to show that we are ready to assume our duties. And it's in when not always and not everything is going in the best way when you show your leadership. It's at this moment, not when everything is going well. But what a nice that these difficulties provide us the opportunity to wake up and to ask ourselves, how can I do to assume my duties, our duties? I really think that challenging populations, challenging countries, that we all have the main duty to show that to the entire planet. And that's the call that we are presenting from this year. I have the opportunity this day to say to you thank you, because this opportunity, especially thank you, National President, for your invitation. Thank you, each of you, for being open for listening to that, and thank you for your efforts to retrieve what we are receiving from Lebanon, from JCI, to be part of this milestone, with which we really think we can start a new era in history of humanity, and we can be part of this small but meaningful part of our history. Thank you very much.
Yes, please. So we as Lebanese are ashamed of how badly we have abused you. Thank you, my Lebanon, for always being such a loving homeland. Thank you for tolerating negligence and lack of love and lack of respect from us who are supposed to be patriots. To my Lebanon, I say I love you.
Thank you very much. I hope to have more opportunities to retribute this great energy. Thank you very much.